Welcome to St. M.R. Jaipurian Schools, an opportunity rooted in legacy. In this video, we will understand the Jaipurian Pedagogy and Curriculum Framework. At Jaipurian Schools, we believe in learner-centered approach. Our curriculum gives children knowledge, skills, and the right attitude to meet the life's challenges and become perfect learners. To achieve this, at Jaipurian Schools, we have a defined learning pedagogy which depends on four basic learning principles. Number one, self-knowledge. Here, the learner is able to seek knowledge and become in charge of his or her own learning. Number two, self-control. Here, the learner develops a great deal of self-control and can choose the right knowledge for his or her learning needs. Number three, self-assessment. The learner is able to assess his or her learning and can make the necessary corrections then and there. At the end, the self-learning. As a result of all these self-learning devices and efforts, the learner is now able to rise as a complete learner or a self-learner. To understand it in detail, let's understand where we are coming from. The curriculum at Jaipurian Schools is defined by the core idea of self-learning and self-control. At Jaipuria, learning is a matter of inquiry where the learner is able to question, seek answers, challenge opinions, and draw conclusions. Therefore, the trigger for learning needs to come from within and not external factors like exams or tests or blind competition. In this process, the learner develops immense self-control over thoughts and actions and takes the onus of his or her own learning. There is one more thing for us to understand. At Jaipurian Schools, the pedagogical design is threefold. Number one, teacher-led. That means the classes from nursery to class 2 are teacher-led, where teacher leads the classrooms and children become the observers and the imitators of the learning. Number two, in transition. The classes from class 3 to 5 are called in transition, where the pedagogical design is such that teacher and children come together and ensure that learning happens. Number three is student-led. From classes 6 to 12 are student-led classrooms, where students become the in charges of their own learning and teachers merely become the facilitators. At Jaipurian Schools, we call our classes with certain names. For example, classes nursery to 2 are called the last school. Here, the teacher slowly hands over the learning responsibility into the tiny hands of learners, and learners begin to learn through their own efforts and mental faculties. Typically, schooling ends here, so this is called the last school. Similarly, classes 3 to 5 are called the demonstration school. Why? Because most of the learning happens here through demonstration methodology. We know that classes 6 to 12 are student-led, but they are further divided. Like classes 6 to 8 are called exploration school, classes 9th and 10th are called assimilation school, and classes 11th and 12th are called super school. Now let's try to understand about each of them one by one. Exploration school. In these classes, learners explore the world around them and learn from their own observations and perceptions. Teacher, of course, corrects them and helps them to establish proper understanding about the various subjects. Classes 6 to 8 are called exploration school. Now classes 9th and 10th are called assimilation school, because all that is learned in the previous classes is assimilated by the learners to make sense of it and also to find the usage of that learning. Super school, classes 9 and 12. Super school is pre-graduation, hence learners take the total in chargeship and focus on their career path and career destination. The pedagogy at Jaipurian Schools is based on three systems by Marzano: the self system, the metacognitive system, the cognitive system. The cognitive system is further divided into retrieval, comprehension, analysis, and knowledge utilization. Dear teachers, we are sure that you would have understood something about the pedagogy at Jaipurian Schools by now. We are listening to you and we want you to tell us more about what you think. We wish you happy learning at Jaipuria schools.